morning and welcome back to Cityline. With me, I have, well, it's Ocean Fest time. And if you look outside right now, I'm that confident that it's going to be gorgeous weather when you're watching this. It couldn't be a better time to celebrate our oceans and how important they are. Please join me in welcoming Rosemary Panicani, Director of Tacoma Ocean Fest, and a woman who I love and admire. Welcome back to Cityline.
Thanks, Amanda. It's good to be here.
Are you liking all those Instagram pictures I'm sending you of people diving off of things?
Yes, except that like there's pressure now, right?
Well, yeah, there's pressure, but you and your diving feats are just, they take my breath away. Speaking of people who take my breath away, look over here. Welcome, Dr. Marcela Fleites-Lear. You are the Ocean Fest Flamenco dancer. You are also a professor of Spanish at Green River College. Welcome, my dear.
Thank you so much.
You have a beautiful background, and it's great that you joined us today.
Yeah, next to the Puget Sound.
This handsome man, Fergus Hike, you are the Ocean Fest artist and sports director of Travel Tacoma for the Mount Rainier Tourism and Sports. Man, you have a lot of things on your shoulder. Good morning, Fergus.
Good morning, Amanda. Thank you for having me on.
It's good to have you here. All right, Rosemary, let's talk about this. So, Tacoma Ocean Fest, what can we expect when September 13th rolls around and we are tuning into TacomaOceanFest.org because it's virtual?
Yes, it is virtual. Almost all of it is online and on September the 13th on TacomaOceanFest.org. What can you expect? So there are video premieres rolling on a schedule through the day of music and dance, and also aerial circus. We have virtual art tours and live streams with our fantastic artists like Fergus. We have Ocean X Zoom talks, which is kind of like TEDx, only about the ocean. So we have 3 amazing scientists and water protectors to go on Zoom with us at different times in the day. Then there are the eco booths. So usually these are physical booths that you walk up to. Now they're online. It's a little video, something about them, a fun activity you can do at home, and then a way to protect the ocean and learn more about it. And that's linked to an online quiz ocean action game that you can play. It's really easy for prizes and giveaways and things like that. And then we have our youth story contest finalists. Their poetry and film will be up there too.
I love that. Oh, beautifully done. So, Marcela, how does flamenco connect with the ocean?
Well, flamenco was born in Andalusia, and Andalusia, I guess how you would say it in English, is in the southern part of Spain. And in fact, it was born in places like Seville, which was the most important port where the river took the boats to the Atlantic, Cadiz, a port city, and Jerez, another very close to the port city. This is a triangle, right, but it's all connected to the Mediterranean in the Atlantic. And then flamenco was enriched by the conquest and colonization in the sense of, that genocidal conquest and colonization of the Americas had some, for flamenco, an important rapport, because with the ships coming to the Americas, particularly to the Caribbean, and going back, right, that culture that was created enriched the rhythms of flamenco. And the rhythms of flamenco particularly are enriched by the Afro-Caribbean tradition. So many of the rhythms of flamenco are from the Caribbean, from the African roots of the Caribbean. So it's absolutely tied to the ocean.
So tell us about the dance that you are recording for the Tacoma Ocean Fest online.
So my piece is called Waves of Hope, and I'm dancing with a bata de cola, a light blue bata de cola. Bata de cola is a long train dress or skirt. My top is black. the idea of the piece is connecting the Caribbean Sea, where I'm from, originally from Cuba, and the Pacific Ocean. And this idea that, a black coral from the Caribbean Sea, right, and that's my black top, is being intertwined, connected, and moves with the waves of the ocean. And this connection of these two seas, for me, signify the fact that we are all connected by the seas, right? And if we understand that we are all connected by everything, but particularly by waters, and that waters are constantly moving us together, that idea of togetherness is really important for me, and I think it's a very important message for these very complicated moments in life. So that's the idea of the piece.
I love the name of it, Waves of Hope. So Fergus, you're one of the 3 lead visual artists for this year's Ocean Fest. Tell us about your photography and what we'll see there.
Sure. So Amanda, a lot of the photography that I have focused on over the years has been trying to show folks the pride and a lot of the things that are going on along the waterfront in Tacoma, from landscape, from conservation photography. Some years back, we spoke to the peregrine falcons that live downtown. They're still doing well and growing, by the way. But the photography I focus on is just being able to showcase the beautiful South Sound, the area where we live. And whether that's a picture of one of our local residents, being that a bird, being that a seal, a sea lion, whatever that may be, it's just an opportunity for me to show folks, hey, this is where we live and this is what you can expect to see as long as we take care of it all.
Oh, boy, that was beautifully said. And if that wasn't a big enough mantle for you to carry, you are also the president of an outrigger canoe club. So first off,
Right.
Tell us the name and then what is the connection to the ocean?
Sure. So the club is called Kikaha Okekai. It stands for to glide gracefully over the water. It's the local outrigger club here in Tacoma. It's located on the Theophos. And I've been running the club for a few years now. And it was an outlet for me to connect back to my own culture as a Hawaiian and help with certain challenges within life, healing and whatnot, because we all know that the ocean, salt water, does heal you no matter what, regardless of whether it is, whether it's salt water, blood, sweat, tears, all those things are all based around salt water. So the ocean heals. Being a part of that outrigger club brings me back to my culture, brings me back to the safe feeling of family, because ohana is very important in Hawaiian culture and other Polynesian cultures as well. So that's how I'm connected there.
I love that. And of course, that quote is Aesop Deanson, the cure
Yep.
for everything is salt, sea, and tears. And
Absolutely.
I agree that. So given that there were lots of tears when COVID first hit, Rosen, and lots of us were like, oh, okay, I'm just going to stay in and just wait this out. But no, you decided to take this virtually. What are you thinking, my dear?
Well, yeah, and I don't at all want to minimize the sorrow and devastation that COVID has wrought on so many people. But we do all still, as humans, we still need some joy in our lives, right? And we need some connection, despite, and maybe because of everything COVID has brought. And so the mission of Tacoma Fest has always been to celebrate the ocean. And that's what we're doing with Maricella's dance, with Fergus's art, with the youth's poems, with all this art stuff. The second mission of the festival is to learn about the ocean and the threats it faces, like plastic pollution, climate change, species extinction. We really need truth in this age of COVID and politically. And so that's the secondary goal. And we're bringing that through the scientists, through the eco booths, just learning the truth about how our world is right now. And then the last thing is to get inspired to protect it. And as Maricela says, we're all connected. And as Fergus says, we really need the ocean. In fact, every other breath is made by the ocean. Like it makes oceanic plants make 50% of our oxygen. So we literally are the ocean. And together we can help reduce these threats. We can take care of it. And that need is just as great now in COVID and beyond. And that's why doing the festival.
I love it. So beautifully said. I was on a phone call the other day, a Zoom call, and someone said, why are we not talking about water and the oceans during this pandemic? Because that's life. And I went, thank you. So Fergus, can arts help people care about and protect our environment?
Sorry about that. I had to unmute myself. Absolutely. You know, art has the ability to bring people together, specifically, well, in my realm with photography, being able to showcase what we have here. But art encompasses a whole group of different genres, from dance, specific types of dance that are out there, from visual arts, photography, painting, music. All of those come together to be able to bring us all together, because like was mentioned before, we are all connected in one way or another. And if I can help do that through photography, then I feel I'm helping.
Oh, I believe you can, because photography inspires and it makes us want to covet, keep, and step into that picture. And I can see some of the pictures behind you. And I'm like, yeah, I would want to step into that. And the ones behind Rosemary. Rosemary, last question, as our time always goes so quickly when I'm with you. And that is that let's talk about Tacoma Splash and some of the cleanup efforts with Tacoma Ocean Fest.
Thanks, Amanda. So when I said it was almost all online, there are two things that are actually in person, yay, although safe and socially distanced. And the first one is we're partnering with the Tacoma Shoreline Survey. And this is a Tacoma-wide beach cleanup organized by the Akatsu Project. And you can sign up on the Ocean Fest website. And you do need to sign up in advance. And then you get the handy dandy phone app to record the trash that you pick up, which all goes to science and figuring out, you know, where to focus cleanups in future. And then you clean up a beach 6 feet apart from everybody else and wearing your mask. Yay. And that's on the day before the festival, September 12th. And then the thing that's happening all weekend long is we usually have some element of water fun for Ocean Fest, trying out kayaks, stand-up paddleboards. I wish we had outrigger canoes. But we can't do this year because of COVID. So we are hosting a Tacoma Splash photo challenge. All that weekend, we challenge you to get out there in local waters, however is safest for you. Maybe you're wading, maybe you're just splashing, maybe you're swimming or jumping or paddling or whatever, and take a cool photo, upload it with the hashtag Tacoma Splash, and we'll feature it on our social channels and you'll be up for prizes.
I love that. And Rosemary, you are exempt from taking any pictures of you jumping off huge cliffs, okay? I want to say thank you to all three of you for taking time out of your schedule, because September 13th is right around the corner. So now you guys are in full gear. So thank you so much for the gift that you've given Tacoma. And I'm going to come out and splash around on the 13th. So thank you again.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, Amanda.
Thank you, Amanda.
You are more than welcome. We have much more to come on Cityline, so don't go away. We'll be right back.